everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm really excited about today's card. It is going along in a little bit of a series I have, and it's super cute and it's so easy and it takes very minimal supplies. So if you are new to this hobby, or if you know somebody that's new and they want to make something that's really easy, but they'll be really pleased with the results and it doesn't take hardly anything at all, this is the card that you'll want to show them, or it's a really nice card for you if you're a new stamper or a new crafter. So let's kind of get going on it. Before we do, and I like to have these on the weekend. It's a really low stress, really easy card. But before we get going on it, I'll show you a couple of things that you may have missed over the course of the busy week. This one is my beautiful thistle card. And then this one is the Greatest Journey card. It's made out of designer series paper. If you've missed anything that took place over the super busy week that started in February, watch these, and the introductions to both of these videos will fill you in on new celebration offerings, a wonderful demonstrator get together that we are having, 35 ways to celebrate Stampin' Up. It's in the Midwest. It's in Lafayette, Indiana. So if you're an active demonstrator, you are invited to that, and information is coming up. I have a giveaway for everybody who purchases $100 on my website through February 5th. That's on there. My monthly thank you gifts on there, and card club on there. All of that you'll find if you watch either of those videos. Or you kind of have to watch both of them to get all of it, but you can do that, and then you can see the tutorials for that. Then the video I'm going to show you today, like I said, is part of a series. It is the Regency Park Suite. So this is a super suite, and it has 2 stamp sets. So the one I'm going to do today is the Petal Park bundle. The one I've already done is the Sentimental Park bundle. The Sentimental Park is what I'm using this month for my card club. So if you're not familiar with my card club, you can go watch this video, which is the first project that my card club members will make this in February. It's an online card club. It's a subscription. We make 6 projects together each month. We make 3 designs and they make 2 of each, envelopes included. It's $38. It's the cheapest online event that I do where you get product included. So all of the details for that are posted. So what I'm going to show you today is, you can see this is what's included in the Regency Park Suite. So it has the paper, which they're getting in Card Club. They're getting half a pack of that. They're getting a spool of this ribbon, and they are getting the Milky Dots. Then they'll get the supplies, that the cardstock and whatever else they need. Like in this, they'll get this little die cut. They'll get this die cut and some shimmer white paper to stamp this on. But then there are other things in the suite. I just wanted to point them out. So I did this card, and this posted on Friday, I think. It's never the days that I do it. So sometimes I say it's going to be a day, and then life happens and it doesn't post on that day. Or sometimes I'm just confused because, you know, you get old and that happens. But this one posted, and it uses the all of the dies. I think I used almost every single die except for the ones that I had already used on this card. So in this one, we used this long stem. I guess I didn't use the ones that cut out the stamps, but I used all the beautiful flowers. I used both of the labels, and then I used the cane weave folder, and I used a piece of the textured shimmer paper. But this does use the die cut machine, and you need it to use the folder too. So on this bundle here, you don't need a die cut machine, so I didn't use the folder as much as I wanted to. There are ways to use a folder. They're not quite as pretty. Like, you can smash it with a rolling pin. There's some kind of off-brand techniques. Before I would do that, I would just save your money and get some free stuff. February is actually a really good time to get the cut and emboss machine, because you'll get free stuff with it, and you can get really good free stuff this month with it. So just do that, because your folder is never going to look as pretty if you don't have the proper machinery to make it work. But we are going to use this paper today because I've used it here, and you're going to use it on today's card. So this is a really, really easy card because we have the beautiful paper we're going to start with, just the punch. And then these are all the ink colors that we're going to use. I've just pulled those out. You could use them over and over with this paper, and stamps, punch, ink, paper. And then I'm going to use this beautiful paper too, and then the embellishments and ribbon. So if you're in Card Club and you don't have a cut and emboss machine, get this bundle instead of this one, and you'll still be able to make, it doesn't have words. This has lots of words, so you could still get this and not get the dies and have lots of words, or just use any word stamps that you have. So on this particular card, you can see no words. I'm going to use all of the stamps except these two little leaves, because I'm going to do a little trick instead of using that. So let's get going. It doesn't hardly take any other paper either. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The reaction to my cards with the Petal Pink has been huge. Some cards photograph better, and Petal Pink is one of the colors that tends to photograph well. So I laid this on some other colors, and then I thought, no, I'm going to go, you know, we like getting likes, and I know it looks really good, so I'm going to put this on Petal Pink. And then I have taken a piece of, I was going to use shimmer, and then I thought, no, just use some white. It will look pretty. So we're going to stamp on white. We're going to use this for our punched images. And then I'll show you, this is my favorite other side of paper in this pack. I love this. Isn't that a pretty combination there? And then when I flipped this over, this would also be pretty, but I couldn't do that way. I didn't look at what's on the other side of this. Yeah, that's pretty too. But I used this side because this has all the ink colors. And so that way I was able to stamp all of the colors, and it has all of those inks I just showed you. So I had to use this. I couldn't go this way. I could. And we'll see what it looks like at the end. But because I made my flowers match this, I wanted it to match. So let's do the stamping. And you're just going to be shocked how easy this is. And you're going to need a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to move this out of the way so my scrap paper can sit here. Let's start with Shaded Spruce. You can see I'm going to stamp off. So stamp first with your solid images. So this is one stamp. When you pull it off, it all comes off at once. And it's the leaves. I'm going to do my Shaded Spruce, which if you watched the other video, still needs to be inked. I should have re-inked it right when I said that at the end of that video, but I didn't. So it could still stand to be inked. I'm going to stamp off just once. If you stamp off twice with photopolymer, even on the darker ink, sometimes it can be too much. And then I'm just going to stamp this. I just made this piece of white paper. It's not really a size. I stamped this first on my first card, and then I just turned around it. So that's the size it is. So if you get this stamp set, that's how I determined what the size was. So it's a little lighter. And then here's the other leaves. And this time I won't stamp off. That's what we call when we stamp on a piece of scrap paper. And this time I'm just going to lay them over the top. And you can see there's pieces that don't have matching, all those little dots don't have anything. This is so much easier to do if you can put your head right over the top, but I don't want you to see the top of my head. Partly because it was dry shampoo day. I wasn't going to go anywhere, but my weekend plans have kind of changed a little bit. Not all the way. We're going to go to the Pacer game on Sunday, but we're going to watch IU Purdue tomorrow, and so my family's coming over. Isn't that cute? So I have to go to the grocery store tonight so I can put food in the crock pot in the morning. So I would have showered if I had known, not washed my hair instead of have just dry shampooing my hair. But, you know, that happens. The older you get, the less times a week your hair can stand the shampoo. Now I'm going to take the flowers. So there's big flowers. Again, there's a solid and an outline. Here's my color inspiration. And this, like I looked at this flower and it stamped off. This time I'm not going to stamp off because I kind of like the bright of the Mango Melody. And this color, I had not used it very much for years. And now it's on like 90% of the cards I make, just because Stampin' Up! Has put it in 90% of the papers, it seems, recently. So it's made a resurgence. I'm going to stamp this full strength this time. And we'll see then, you can compare my two cards and see if you like it brighter or not as bright. So there's the mango. And you can see here, the mango flowers have navy highlights. So I'm going to get my navy. And do the outlines in that. If you live in the Midwest and you want to come to our event and you're not a demonstrator, remember that Stampin' Up! Has the sign-up special right now. That's a little crooked, but it'll be okay. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. So you could join my team and then you'd be able to come. So if you're interested, on my latest email, there was information. So if you're not on my email list, then just contact me and I can send you the information. But if you're on my email list already, then just check the latest one and it had the information. I'm going to take these tiny little dots. Like I said, I used almost every stamp that was in the thing. And I'm just going to add some navy dots to kind of help fill in as well. And then I have Petal Pink, the color that everybody has been raving about. It made a resurgence a couple of years ago and has just stayed strong. Like we've had Petal Pink and lots of stuff. So I'm going to do this little grouping of flowers. I don't know that they're anywhere close to where they are on my other card, but this is where they're going here. So we have those. And then I'm going to put Balmy Blue. And there's some little leaves. And I'm going to do the solid of the leaves in the Balmy Blue. Let's do one there. Do one here. I'm just trying to fill out my paper. And then one here. And then I'm going to go back to my Petal Pink. Because my card's Petal Pink, so I decided if a color was going to be used twice, I would just do it. Plus it's subtle. And then we'll just go over the top of these. And then the last color is a Sweet Sorbet. And we'll get these. This is that little happiest color combination to me. I think it's really sweet, these little flowers. Hopefully I can get them well. It's not too bad. The nice thing is when you use a nice light color like Balmy Blue or Petal Pink and you stamp over the top of them, it kind of just looks like a filler. It doesn't have to be perfect. So this piece is actually going to get mounted on our card. So now we're going to take this and our punch and just slide this in here. And if it doesn't fit because your paper's too wide, which mine is, where I stamped them isn't exactly where it needs to be. So just cut that. And then if you need to trim it, we'll trim this just kind of around our flowers. And then make sure to give yourself some place to hold on to. So we still have a little paddle here. I told myself to pay attention to how I needed to put those on the paper, and I didn't because I was talking. I don't even know what I was talking to you about. Nothing important, I'm sure. And then, so it's this piece here that's in the way. Usually what I do when I get a punch like this is I figure out what the shape of paper needs to be, and then I trim my paper that way before I cut. Because see, now it's perfect. Just put that in there. Punch those. And you can see there's one leaf, and that goes with that little leaf stamp. So you can make a little template where you can put your leaf on your block at the same time. But instead, I wanted to use some of the textured shimmer paper that is part of the suite. This probably is not enough to get two out of. Let's see. Go here first. Probably cut just a tad bit too short. We'll see. But I thought this, oh, look, we did it. Adds a little bit more. And you all saw how I did all the rest. So you could do the same thing with that. I'll try to do another card in a few days, maybe where I mount all these on and show you how to do it. So you could cut it at the same time. Let's put this together. Grab some dimensionals. I'm just going to stick all of the flowers on with the dimensionals so they're all kind of mounted up. And they just fill in those holes there. And start with your largest and work down. That way you can kind of fill it in as you need the larger spaces first. I did not look at the catalog when I made this. So maybe there's a way that the Stampin' Up! Designers intended for them to go, and I'm not doing it that way. Whenever I use stamps, Started to say the first time. Always for sure the first time. Sometimes all of the times. Sometimes I never look at a catalog ever to see how the Stampin' Up! People did it. Unless it really, really stumps me. Then sometimes I'll use it the first time and then I'll go back and look at it. But I often don't look at them at all. I don't know, just add these little leaves. And with these, I just added it kind of where there was still some white space. That's cute. I'm going to take our Petal Paint card. I guess these are the two that I'm using. Oh no, I separated them. And these are cut 5 1/4 by 2. I'm going to take this one first. So see, we could put it on here like this. And this could just be the way that inspired our colors. But it's just so much more bright and cheery to do it this way. So start with your outside piece over here. And if you've stamped, oh look, there's red. That means that one is gone. So don't look. I still have a few of these really, really old. And that one's almost gone too. So, oh look. Is it possible that I could run out of 2 on the exact same card? There you go. And I think I only have 1 of these left. So hang on, I'm going to have to go get a new adhesive. And go for complete overkill here and use a Seal Plus. Now with this one, so they're cut 5 1/4 by 2, which then gives us 4. So if you stamp a lot, then you'll just have your sense of where to put that. And then you will butt this one up against and it will give you the same size over here. If you are a new stamper, then you want to go about 1/8 of an inch. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing ever has to be perfect when you stamp. Do not let it stress you. It's supposed to be fun. But before I glue this down, I'm going to take some ribbon. So if you're in Card Club, this is the ribbon that you'll get. If you're not in Card Club, then join, because we have so much fun. And I try to teach you something every month. That's my goal. But this is also the ribbon that is included in the Regency Park suite that comes with all of this stuff. So it matches perfectly. I'm just going to take this now for this moment, and I'm going to tie a knot. And you want to tie your knot clear over here to the edge, down at the bottom third of your card. You can tie it kind of loose, just like that. Now flip it over. You won't have to add very much of this because it's Seal Plus, so it holds super strong. And then, like I said, just take this up, start with one edge, especially if you're using Seal Plus, because it's not going to move if you mess up. Just lay it right along there and then just drop that down. And I'm going to use dimensionals again. I'm going to put them at the top and bottom, and then that way where it hits the ribbon, it's not going to interfere with it. And you can decide which way you think is up and down according to your design. This is I didn't stamp it. It doesn't look anything like my other one. So let's go this way. And I tried to put it, before I forget, more towards my little knot. I wanted more of this flower paper to show, and I didn't care if more of the stripes got covered up. And then come over here, and now you can, if this is where you want it, and see, this is a little short, so if I wanted to, I could untie that, which if I wasn't making a video, I probably would. But now tie this tighter. And then I'm gonna use this to make my loopy. So start with this. I'm gonna attempt to tie a bow. I think I should be able to. One of my sides is vastly longer than the other. That wasn't too bad. So just pull that through. You just want a small ribbon. And you know, anytime you pull a ribbon that direction, that's the direction it's gonna go. So we want this one to go straight up and down, and because it's small, I'm just gonna make sure my loops go the right direction. And then you just need to cut this little flap, so they're even. Then the embellishments that come with this suite are these colors. So let's go. I'm gonna change this up a little bit from my other one. I'm gonna put a large one in the center here. On my first one, I put a small one because I kind of wanted to see those, but I think it really needs the large one. And then They have a mango one. I'm going to put another blue one. Kind of fill up some of the areas. This is Petal Pink. And then these are some clear ones. So that is, you want to make sure you have an odd number. My other one, I have some on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need one on there. You could do 7. And in Card Club, you get a full pack of embellishments every month. So I encourage them to use them. So go for 7 if you're in Card Club, because that'll be beautiful. So here's this one. A little bit different of arrangement on the flowers. And this is full strength mango, which I do like better than stamped off mango. Isn't it simple? So cute. So here's this one with the punch bundle. Here's this one that was the die bundle. This is just, I didn't anticipate loving this suite as much as I would. And then here's your first Card Club project. All that paper is just so happy. And this is one of those suites that you could get together with your friends and just make cards and make gift sets now and save them for the holidays and make them for teachers, for Sunday school people, for your pastor, and just have sets of cards that you would be ready to give, especially if you grab this stamp set, even if you don't have a die cut machine, for all of the words in it. And then you'd be able to just kind of put that together for gift packs of cards. Everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you back here next week. And next week I will have registration open for my online spring retreat. So I'm excited to get that going. Have a great one. Bye.